friends, crafty DIYs. Welcome to my channel. Today I am in my first ever mystery box swap challenge. I have never been in one before and I was super excited when my good friend Favi from Arrows DIY invited me to this awesome challenge. Now there are 10 people participating in this. We have 4 Canadians, one being myself, and we have 6 American friends all teaming up together. Now we are, the 4 Canadians are shipping to each other, and then the US friends are shipping to each other as well, just to save on shipping. She came up with this idea that we are going to send each other 5 items, 3 items being from the crafting aisle from the Dollar Tree, and 2 being miscellaneous, can be from any aisle. So she drew names out of a hat, and the person that got my name is Andrea with Andrea Peacock DIY. Now I have also done a collab with her in the past, and I love Andrea. She is super talented and super sweet, so I'm super excited that she is sending me the package. I'm a little bit nervous to see what is inside. She sent me this awesome gold bubble wrap package full of goodies, so let's jump right in. I'm gonna open everything and then I will do the DIY video after this. So let's open this up, see what's inside. Oh, I see a card. Okay, so I got a nice little card here. Let's open this. And oh, so cute. Look at that, guys. It's a peacock, Andrea Peacock, a DIY. This is so cute. Did you come up with this? Are these custom made for you? These are so perfect. It says, Shannon, I'm so excited to be doing this mystery box challenge together. I hope you like everything I sent, and I can't wait to see what you do with it all, Andrea. So she sent me, okay, ooh, this looks like one of the challenges from a different aisle. A skipping rope. Okay, awesome. This is good. I like this. I like the colors, very spring. I like the pastel. Yes, I'll come up with something, I'm pretty sure. What else? Oh, okay, what are these? Oh, nice. So we got some laser cut butterflies. I have never once done a DIY with a butterfly yet, so I'm anxious to get started with these. Super cool. Thank you. Let's see what else. Oh, I got one of these boards, these little plaques, I guess, wooden, not crates, but anyway, that I can definitely work with. Super excited to use that. I guess it's called a wood hanging decor. So anyway, I can definitely use that. And you can use it both sides as well too, which is kind of cool. So yeah, that's exciting. And what else? Oh, what is this? Okay. This. So by Junkernecker, she gave me one of these little cute Easter basket bags. I'm pretty sure this looks like very spring, you know, and in Canada, anything bigger is $1.50 for us. But yes, I think I can come up with some ideas with this. It's got a little flower on there too that I could probably take off as well. So again, I gotta think of something, but I know I have to. And then, oh gosh, this is definitely gonna be a challenge. I've done one leopard print DIY, but this is going to be interesting. This is going to probably be the one that stumps me the most. It's safari trim. Yeah, I'm kind of anxious to see before we get started. Is this on both sides? Like, Andrea, do I have to show the animal print? Let me just see. I'm going to open this just to see. Guys, I might be in luck. There's no pattern on the other side. I will see what I can come up with. All right, guys, let's jump right into the DIYs. I'm supposed to create 1 to 2 DIYs with using all of these. I don't have to use every single bit of everything. I can use little bits and pieces and come up with 2 DIYs. So let's see what I come up with. Let's get started.
So before I begin with this DIY, I'm just letting you know this DIY I recorded while I was on one of Favi's live videos last week. She was doing a shabby chic live. So I am missing a few pieces of recording. So I'm going to try my best just to explain everything that I did with this DIY. So taking this plaque, I just took the jute twine off and I'm using the Folk Art Ballet Pink, gave it 2 coats and just used my dryer to speed up the dry time. So now I'm just going to take those wood cutout butterflies and I'm just going to give them each 2 coats of white acrylic paint. So here they are done. Now this is the part where I finish the product. So this is what the DIY looks like. Again, I forgot to record a few things. It was really, there was lots going on with Favi's live video. So I'm just showing you here. I took some of my paper roses that I picked up from the Dollarama. I added a bunch of those to the bottom. Those leaves I'm just showing you now. You guys remember those wild roses that came out last year at the Dollar Tree? They did come out again this year, but you had to pick them up fast. So I just used those leaves from that bundle of roses. And this ribbon again came from the Dollarama. This was $2. It's about 2 centimeters thick, but all I did was just a simple bow, and I just used some hot glue to kind of make it look like it's rippled. And then I also de-stressed the board with some white acrylic paint just to give it that rustic weathered look. And that is it, guys. It's super simple, very customizable as well. Oh yes, and I also put some of those wooden blocks from the Dollar Tree. I just hot glued them to the bottom, and that way I can stand up this picture. So what do you guys think? Again, I think you guys, it's self-explanatory how to hot glue everything together. What do you guys think of this one? I think it's so absolutely stinking cute, and I love the fact that I was able to use butterflies. So for this DIY, I'm just taking one of these buckets that I got from I think I got it from the Dollarama. So there was 2-pack for $2. I'm just going to spray paint it white with this flat white spray paint by Rust-Oleum. I didn't paint the bottom. You're not going to see the bottom. It's going to be standing up. So I'm taking this purse again from the Dollar Tree, just removing the sunflower because I'm actually not going to use it. And when I took it off, the flower did come apart. So I just didn't use it. So I'm not going to use the handles in this DIY, so I'm just going to cut them off. Now remember, do not throw out the handles. You can always use these for other DIYs. It still kind of looks like a lace ribbon as well, so remember, you can always use it. So what I'm going to do is I want to open this up to be able to wrap it around the pot. So I'm just going to cut one side and just the bottom, and then I'm going to keep the other side intact so that way I can open it up and make it look like a long strip. So I did not do this, and you guys know I have done this in numerous DIY videos. I would have taken my straightener and smoothed out that kink in the purse, but I forgot and I wasn't thinking, so I just kept it the way it was. Not a big issue. It still can be hidden in the back of your DIY, but just remember that could be a future tip and trick. So what I'm going to do is just hot glue the whole thing just around the pot. Now the pot does taper in, the purse does taper in as well, so you just have to really make sure to align the lines up together, if that makes sense, the rows. So you see here, I do have a little gap at the back of the pot, but again, that's okay. I'm going to be covering it up as well, so just don't worry. So I'm just going to remove all of the excess on the bottom just to line it up so that way I can stand it up properly. Now I folded over the top and hot glued it to the inside of the pot. Now you could have easily cut this part off as well because of what I'm going to be doing next, but I just folded it over anyway. I think when I rewatch my video to edit and everything, I'm like, oh yeah, I could have done it this way. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I'm just going to take some of this jute rope. I did pick this up from the Dollar Tree. This is just leftovers from another DIY. So all I'm going to do is hot glue a few rows around the top of the pot. So I'm actually going to hot glue it just over the edge of the pot for the first initial row. Again, just to cover any sort of bumps or whatnot. So you'll see here just that I'm hot gluing. So this is what the top looks like, and I still have enough jute twine left. So I'm going to add just 2 more rows just to the bottom of the pot with the hot glue. So here comes one of my challenges using this skipping rope. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? But then I knew right away, I was like, I'm going to use the handles as handles for my pot. So I'm trying to figure out, like, again, for a kid to open up this skipping rope, I was like, how do you open this thing? Anyway, I just cut off the handles, easy peasy. and just taking out the knot from the inside. Now, what I found was these handles, in my mind, I thought they were going to be like the perfect size, but they were actually a little bit too big, too long for this pot. So what I tried to do first was I tried to use my scissors to cut the plastic. I could have used an X-Acto knife. What I ended up doing, I did not show you this, guys, but I remember I have that miter box and saw that I picked up from Home Depot. Anyway, I just used that and cut it down to almost half the size of what it was. So, and I just used my sanding block just to smooth the edges. So what I want to do is make it look like faux wood. I have done this trick in the past as well. Just taking some white acrylic paint, 2 coats. You might still see the purple through, but that's not a big deal because what I'm going to do is use the Waverly Antique Wax and go over those as well. I find the antique wax, especially when you leave kind of like streaks with the paintbrush, it looks like faux wood. So here comes my stumper. I was like, what do I do with this animal print ribbon? I was so happy to discover that the dark print was only on one side. You can still see it ever so slightly through the other side, but on the other side, it just looks a lot softer, and I was happy to be able to use the other side. So all I'm gonna do is just make it look like a decorative handle. I'm just gonna add a couple pieces to the top of the handles with some hot glue. So I'm just taking the last bit of this jute twine. I was able to use the whole entire thing for this pot, and I was super excited that I didn't have to go buy some more. So what I'm going to do is just re-thread it through the handles. One side I just thread it through and I tied a knot just to secure it. The other side, you'll see after, I was like, oh, I realized that if I would tie a knot, the handle would just have been way too long. So I hot glued the other side. Again, you'll see in just a second. So before I do the other handle, what I'm going to do is I'm just kind of seeing where I want the handles to hang, how low, whatnot. I want to kind of stagger them just ever so slightly, each one. So what I'm going to do first is just hot glue the jute twine to the inside of the bucket. Now, if I thought of this in advance, I could have actually twined or threaded this twine through those top rows of the jute twine, but I didn't. This is after the fact, so I got to do it how I can do it. So I just, hot glued. Now I'm just discovering here is where I was like, if I tied a knot right now, it's going to look way too long. So I just hot glued on the inside and cut off the excess jute twine. So now I'm going to fill it. So I had this really cute succulent. I picked this up from Walmart. I'm talking like this is at least 2 years ago. It was $1. It was in the clearance aisle. So I'm going to use this in my bucket. So I'm just filling the bucket with just some old tissue paper that I had just to give it some height. Going to use this, it's called elixir moss. It's from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to use that to cover up the tissue paper. And then I'm just going to put the succulent right back in. And guys, that is it for this DIY. Like, I was super impressed with myself. Usually with our DIYs, we buy things that we want for our DIYs. So the fact that I had these challenge items from Andrea, I was super happy that I came up with these. What do you guys think? I had so much fun. Thank you guys so much for watching this challenge. I will leave everybody's link in the description box below. I'm going to leave this awesome playlist in the description box below as well. If you like this content, please go ahead, subscribe, click the bell button, and give it a big thumbs up if you guys like what you see. That is it. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.